Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm gonna do a walk around of my Forester that I did a flat 6 swap to. So this is a EZ30R that's in here. I haven't seen any other videos on YouTube of anybody else that has done this to theirs. So I figured I'd just go ahead and do it. This is the facelift version. It's a SG6. It's used USDM. So pop it. Ready. So basically, I used to live on a mile-long gravel road, so it's gonna look like really dirty in here. I moved about a month ago, but this is the EZ30R. This is the generation after the EZ30D, which most people swap in. It's a lot easier just because you can still use the stock ECU, whereas I had to go standalone and do all that fun stuff. There's just a whole mess of a wiring harness right here. We're not going to talk about that, but yeah, for everyone saying it's too tight of a fitment, I mean it is tight, but you still have a little bit of room. Like you can see right here on this radiator hose, like it's close, but it's fine. It's gonna survive. And everyone was basically like, yeah, like you'll have to do custom radiator mounts and radiator fan mounts and all that. I just zip tied everything on, so yeah, there's a lot I gotta tie together. But hey, it runs. I've been driving it for about 8 months now. I've done multiple trips to the beach and back, like 6 hours. I mean, it's been super reliable. I guess I've done everything right. While the motor was out of the car, I went ahead and did the chain tensioners and all that fun stuff while I was in there, so shouldn't really have to worry about any of that, like water pump, all that good stuff. And yeah, I have a whole interior and everything in it now. I have STI seats up front. I really want to get some Forester GDM STI seats. It is mated to a 5-speed, but it's a pretty small transmission. It's actually really light. And I did WRX black center console. This is a dash display. Turn on the car so we can show you guys. But so that's a Windows tablet actually right there that I have hooked up to the ECU so I can see all my parameters and all that fun stuff. Still need to figure out some of the wiring. Like it's on a switch start right now, as you can see. So that's hooked up to the starter and whatnot. But yeah, as far as suspension and wheel setup goes, these are actually the Spec C Type RA replica wheels. These are made by Rhoda. They actually didn't have the genuine ones in the spec that I wanted because I wanted 8.5 wide on 18 inches and I need it to be 5 by 100 because I'm still not on STI drivetrain. However, I do have STI Brembos up front, as you can see. And then on the rears, this is actually a lot of fun. I have 4-pot Willwood brakes on the rears. So this thing stops really nicely. One of the most fun thing about those brakes is when you're in the turns and you get them real warm. Once everything starts to get up to temp, the brakes will really start to grab. It's really enjoyable. I'd highly recommend doing an upgrade to at least just high performance pads, and if you have it in your budget to do at least STI brake kit, and if you really want to ball out, you can do AP Racing, Willwood, something like that. I just had a really good deal on these Willwoods back here. Found them secondhand, and so yeah, I just got a super awesome deal on it. And suspension, as you can see, I'm on a white line sway bar with end links in the rear. This is a custom Valvetronic exhaust. I need to get a tip for it. The front sway bar, actually, the aftermarket headers I have are not cleared on the stock Forester sway bar or my aftermarket white line sway bar I had for it because it needed the cutout for the indent. I don't know if you can see right there to go above the headers. So I actually got a Tribeca sway bar for the front, which is actually more beefy than the white line one to compensate for the extra weight on the motor. The only thing is you have to get aftermarket end links, which I already had from my previous white line setup to kind of fit the, instead of it being a Z pattern, it's now a C pattern for the end link, at least like how they're shaped. So you got to be able to like switch which way the bolts coming into the end links are facing. Yeah, so as you can see under there, I'm on WX Pink STI struts with black race comp springs. So this car handles really nicely, especially with these being 8.5 wide, and I made sure I wanted to get the perfect offset and everything. I'm on 265s all around, so it really grips. It's a ton of fun. Alrighty, so here we go. This is a massive screen. I'm trying to find an alternate way right now, but this is the smallest tablet that runs an actual like Windows 10 program. Everything else is like a neutered version of like Chrome tablet or something like that, and to actually be able to interact with it, I need to be running a genuine Windows application. But as you can see here, I can view everything. So I kind of have a layout set up. So I got my intake temperature, my coolant temperature, my oil temperature. This motor does not come with a oil pressure sensor. It just comes with an oil pressure switch. So it always reads as 0. But I know pretty well it's got oil pressure. Also, my oil pressure light will come on if I do have low oil pressure. You see I got my wideband right there, do my air to fuel, throttle position, as well as my RPM of course, and I can even switch back and forth here to like view my fuel map and all that good stuff. There's a lot of other stuff on this menu, but yeah, it's really nice having this. I really enjoy it. It's a little big, but I'm planning on setting it down a little further, and I'm looking for other options to be able to run things. But yeah. As far as the interior goes, I went ahead and I did a full swap for the black interior. So you can see here I got a black carpet. I haven't done the black radio face and everything like that, but I did the black WX center console, as well as I got the limited rear seats. Kind of took a while to find those. When I did this carpet swap, actually, I put sound deadening and all that fun stuff under it, so it really quieted it down. As you can see here, I have all these fun wires hanging down, which I do indeed need to tie up. Go here into the glove box. There's all my fun registration and stuff. So here is my ECU. Like I said, this is a Link G4 Plus, and this is an Extreme. So it's got plenty of in and outputs. I really have everything I could ask for. I will even have in and outputs for when I want to boost the car, which hopefully will be soon. I'm planning on supercharging it or something like that. You can actually see this loom of wire hanging right there. Those are all my spare inputs that I left hanging out for when I want to do something later. But yeah, I could just cut a hole in the back of the glove box and fed my entire wire loom back through there. But yeah, that's my flat stick swap EZ30R Forester. This is an 06 chassis. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. It was definitely not an easy swap. I would not recommend it for someone who is kind of just looking for an easy swap to do. It's, by all means, that is not what it is. I actually had another silver 08 Forester before this that I really wanted to H6 swap. I totaled that, and so I figured what little insurance money I got from it, my best option to go about the swap would just buy a roller shell that my buddy actually sold me, which is this, for a really cheap price. So I just got the shell, swapped over all my suspension components and the seats and radio, speakers, all that fun stuff. And then I got my transmission, drive shaft, differential, motor, all from an import shop, actually J-Spec Auto. They're located in Richmond, Virginia. They gave me a super good deal on that, so I'd actually highly recommend them. They have great warranty and stuff like that. Kind of just started getting to work. It was a lot of digging through forums and talking to people on Facebook. There's actually a group on Facebook, I'll pop it up here, it's called 6 Swapped Subarus, and I was in there a ton. There were a few people in particular who were very helpful, and this project really wouldn't have been finished, at least now, if it weren't for them. I got a lot of guidance from them, along with other friends who helped me sort out the wiring diagrams and all that fun stuff. If you're ready to really dive into the deep end and want a good, fun, long project, that's definitely what it is. It's also an expensive one. Like I said, I do love it, but if I had to go back, I'd probably swap an N54 from a BMW into it instead. But yeah, it's been great. I will probably give you guys some sound clips or something like that. Do a drive along video or something like that. I need to get a GoPro set up and all that so you can hear it and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of the update on what's been going on. This is the Z3, David's. I actually bought this car. It wasn't running at the time. I got it running, so it was a pretty good price, and ended up selling it to David. Been having fun abusing it tons, you know, the average BMW owner lifestyle. Putting a new quarter panel on it right now because it was all bonded up. But it also has, this is the funny part, it has got all of that going on at the moment. So it came with a 4-speed automatic, and it came with the M52 B28. This is the pre-TU version, so this is the better version. Some will argue it didn't come with the dual VTEC gears. It just came with the single, so it was much more reliable, didn't have all those problems. And it's also a aluminum block with iron sleeves, so it's quite a desirable block. But we got a turbo kit for it over here. There it is. So we're gonna put this big old turbo on it, as well as do a 5-speed swap since it was a 4-speed automatic. These are the Schneidman headers we had on it before. These things are pretty sweet, but unfortunately won't have those anymore since it'll be turboed. And we also got a Porsche 4-pot brake kit for it. Both front and rear are all 4-pot that we're going to be putting on it. Allegedly, the front ones are bolt-on with these brackets, but the rear ones we are going to have to one-off and fabricate some brackets for it. But yeah, this thing is a ton of fun. It's just not driving right now because, yeah, we're doing all that fun stuff. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. Just let me know what cars you want to see. I guess Colin's away. He's got a 335 with an N55 in it. It's pretty much a junker, just like this thing. Guess I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for checking in. Peace.